when you catch a bunch of fish on them, what you will, because the Ned rig catches big fish and it catches a bunch of fish, that wire can bend out and stuff like that. So for me, the most effective way, unless I'm fishing around straight rocks where I know I'm not going to get snagged up a lot and I can use the standard head, I really enjoy going with the extra wide gap, the EWG, and being able to use this and rig it weedless. How's it going, KastKing fans? Welcome back to another video. I am KastKing Pro Team member Ethen Preston from Preston Outdoors, and today I want to talk to you about the MadBite Ned rig kit. If you're familiar with bass fishing, and even sometimes in the walleye world, you pretty much know what a Ned rig is, okay? Your mushroom style, smaller hook, smaller wire size, and the small plastics is what really made it famous. KastKing's sister company MadBite has done is they came up with a kit, and what we're going to do is we're going to open one of these kits today, and we're going to talk about the actually 3 different styles of kits, but we're going to talk about the one I have here today and kind of show you what comes with this if you're kind of intimidated on how to get started or want to get a bulk price with a lot of jig heads included here. So today I have the EWG wide gap hook kit. EWG stands for extra wide gap. So what we're going to show you here is a cool rendition. I kind of opened this so some of the hooks didn't go back in there, but here we go. This is how it comes. Hopefully your hooks aren't falling out like mine are. But we have black, brown, white, and chartreuse are the different colors of your jig heads. Now there's 48 pieces that come with each one of these kits, and we're going to dive into the sizes and kind of the unique way I like to fish these EWG or these weedless style Ned rigs, because where I live, as you can see in the background here, we got some trees, we got lily pads, bulrushes, stuff like that. I fish around a lot of grass and a lot of weeds, and so being able to use a Ned rig with a small plastic or even a bigger plastic and being able to rig that weedless is a very, very important thing for me. So with the Ned rig mushroom jig head kit, there comes with 4 sizes, 4 colors, 48 pieces per box, and there's 3 hook options. For sizes, there's 16th ounce, 8th ounce, 3/16th ounce, all the way up to a 1/4 ounce. So as I mentioned, there's 3 different kits that you can choose from. There's your standard mushroom style head with a kind of a reverse bait keeper, meaning the bait keeper points forward, holding your baits on there a little bit better. Standard open hook. Then the next one you have is a mushroom head or Ned rig head kit with a weed guard. Still has the same bait keeper on the bottom, position pointing forward, with a wire keeper that comes off to help eliminate hang-ups and stuff like that. And then of course we talked about the mushroom head EWG Ned rig style kit that we have here. What we have here is I'm going to take one of these chartreuse 1/4 ounce heads and I'm going to show you how I'm going to rig this thing. So I'm actually going to use for demonstration here, or for catching fish, whatever you want. This is the MadBite, this is part of the MadBite B.A.S.S tackle kit. This is their Ned rig plastic that comes with. So what I'm going to do here is, if you can see our little bend that you have coming out of the base of the jig head and running straight down, that's where our bait is going to sit. So it's important that you do not hook too far down on our plastic here, because then it will not fit up there right. So what I'm going to do here is enter the hook right into the middle, pop it out about that far. Okay, I can't tell you how far that is. You're just going to have to eyeball it. What we're going to do is then run that up. Now see, we run into a problem. Okay, that thing is stuck there. What the key to this is we're going to turn the jig head and we're going to push that plastic up. Once that thing is going to do is it's going to suck right underneath the bottom of the jig head and sit flush. Now, easy tip and trick to do this is to kind of pull on the plastic just a little bit, but not a whole lot. Pull it a little bit tight. And I'm going to put my fingers here, and that's where the hook is going to go up. You see where that hook is sitting? Right there in the plastic, that's where it's going to fit perfectly. So I put my fingers on either side, pop that through the top, make sure you do not hook your finger. Now we have our hook coming out the top, if you can see that right there. Some people will let that hook sit on top. It can be somewhat weedless, but if you're pulling it through thicker vegetation, stuff like that, it allows that plastic to flex, and look, now we have our barb showing, and that's not what I'm looking for. So as soon as I bring that through, I'm going to then hook it back into itself. I can show you that there, so you can see the portion of the wire on the top of the hook there, but the barb is buried within the plastic itself. Now this is going to allow me to swim this through. Now I'm not probably going to throw it through giant thick vegetation. You could put on one of the smaller jig heads and actually float it through and stuff like that, but this allows me to fish weed lines with it. So when a lot of people are throwing big worms or they're up shallow throwing a spinnerbait, something like that, I can go behind people and throw this where the weeds meet sand, or jig head being able to get caught up in everything. I find this a little bit more effective than the per se wire coming out of the top. Wire still will get caught up in weeds. Again, I'm fishing predominantly grass and vegetation and stuff like that. Where the wire really does well is around wood. It allows you to keep that hook more exposed, or for maybe a little bit better hookup ratio. But I just find when you catch a bunch of fish on them, what you will, because the Ned rig catches big fish and it catches a bunch of fish, that wire can bend out and stuff like that. So for me, the most effective way, unless I'm fishing around straight rocks where I know I'm not going to get snagged up a lot and I can use the standard head, I really enjoy going with the extra wide gap, the EWG, and being able to use this and rig it weedless. So if you're in the market to try and use a Ned rig, last year was the first year I really started doing this, and it's definitely one of the ways I have caught a ton of fish and be able to catch fish for tournaments and even fun fishing and getting others into fishing. It's just a great way to catch fish. Again, I mentioned big ones and a lot of numbers a Ned rig can catch you. If you're interested and want to get into it and try it a little bit more, again, this rig with 48 pieces, depending on, or this kit, excuse me, basically started with all the main sizes and colors for these heads. Again, there's 3 different kits to choose from. So if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, it's on the KastKing website or KastKing.com, or go ahead and check it out on Amazon.com. Again, this is KastKing Pro Ethen Preston from Preston Outdoors. I'm talking to you today about the Ned kit from MadBite. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out everybody else's videos coming across the channel. A lot of cool people doing cool things out there in the fishing world. So thanks for watching. Tune in next time. MadBite Ned rig, big old smallie. Here we go.